Okay, I'm recording. I'm hoping it's working. I've never done it this way, so this ought to be fun. Anyways, welcome in, everybody. I'm hoping this is going to work. I am trying to record through StreamYard my WIPs for the week, just because I want to try something different, and this way I can see myself on the screen. The tablet way was working to a point, but I don't know. So, what have I been working on, you ask? Well, to start off with, you guys may have seen this item already. Now, the ends are not sewn in, but this is a sock I made. Oh, way back in the early part of the year. That's the front of the sock. And then that's the heel and the back of the ankle and the cuff. Now, originally I was up to starting the heel of sock number 2. Like I said, way back when, like back in, I want to say February or March of this year. And this yarn is very thin yarn and literally being made on size 1 knitting needles. I've been a knitter for well over 30 years. I love knitting. I absolutely cannot rip back and pick up stitches, even with normal size worsted yarn on bigger needles, so the loops are bigger. I can't do it. So there's no way I can do it at all with the thinner stuff. I have tried. I have practiced. I just can't do it. So I got to the heel point. I was working on the heel. I made kind of a critical error in one of my stitchings. I don't remember if I was decreasing or increasing. I think I was in the process of picking up stitches, and the yarn split, or I did something wrong. I can't remember what it was. It was, like I said, a little while back. And I tried to fix the mistake, and I just made it a whole lot worse. Like, it was a total disaster, train wreck. And I determined, okay, this is going to go on hold. I need a break from it for one. I'm going to need to rip it all the way out again, which was not happy with that thought, but I knew it had to be done. So I decided, okay, Tammy, get that second sock done. Like right now, you're not working on anything else. I finished all the projects I was working on for this month. And I thought, you know what? The sock, other than the heel part, and actually, to be honest with you, the increasing for the toe, which is not that hard to do. Like, I found the toe parts very, very easy to do because I do toe up. It's just the heel, and once I watched the video that I learned from, and I know the heel, I believe, is called a mock shadow wrap heel. So if you know how to do the shadow wrap heel, this is similar, I believe, to that technique. So anyways, I love the heel I found and do. I've done it like you saw in my other half of the sock pair. So anyways, I did have to rip it out and ignore the stitch marker where it's placed. I will be putting it up a little higher when the video is done. But it's just on the side it's on to let me know it's the front of the sock. So last night, actually, I started this last night. I got out the little baggie that I keep the sock and the yarn in. Got out my knitting needles. Like I said, they're size 1 circular needles. I like using circulars because I do the magic loop technique. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. I'll show it better in a moment on something else I'm working on. But I did finally cast on the yarn to do the toe. I was in a live today with some friends of mine that do crafting, and I got the toe completely done. And I got about 3 rows or 4 rows of the color work. So I am now working on said foot. So there's the front part of the sock. And here is the back part of the sock. Now it does look like it kind of bows out pretty thickly there, but I don't know why that is. It's just the way it went. There is a little knot because there was a knot in the yarn. I tried getting it out. I couldn't. Socks are for me. I don't care how they feel on my feet. As long as they're made, that's all I really care about. So those are on the go finally. I really, really, really hope that by the time I get to the heel point, I make the heel, and then from there I just gotta figure out how many rounds I did for the ankle and how many I did for the cuff. Remember to do the loose bind off, because I've had that issue in the past. And then sock 2 will be made, and then I'll just have my ends to do. Meanwhile, prior to putting those on, like I said, I'd finished everything else I was working on for the month of October. Didn't really have anything planned as to what I'm going to start, because I've got new make-alongs starting as of tomorrow. So I wanted to kind of throw something together to work on. Just kind of mindless is the way I looked at it. And I didn't want to do another scarf. I just made a pretty decent sized scarf. So I went through my stash and I came across, it was a full skein of wool ease. There was a full skein, and it's a 70-gram skein of yarn. It's in colors. It's got a burgundy, wineish color. There's like a charcoal gray. There's kind of grayish brown, tan, like darker shade of the brown gray color combo and stuff. So I don't know how well the camera will pick up the colors. It is on the darker side, yes, I will admit. This is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It does not feel itchy at all to me. Like, I don't have any issues working with wool, but this does not have any itch to it at all. It's kind of crunchy, but all in all, not bad. I don't smell, animal fiber or anything like that, but it's been in my stash for a while, so that smell would hopefully be gone. But I had one skein, 70 grams. I had one ball already balled up. I do not know if it was a full skein or not. From the feel of what's left in the ball, feel what's left in the skein, the ball is less. I'm almost certain of it. If it's not, I'll be very surprised. Anyway, so I decided, let's do a pair of winter socks with this yarn and see how far I can get it. Now, like I said, I like doing toe up just because that is the only yarn, like this brand of yarn, I have in the house. I literally have nothing else I can compare with it. So it's not like I could make my toes, my heels, my cuff in a different yarn, different colorway, and that way I'd have a longer amount, because I was thinking originally shorty socks, and then as I got working it and where I'm at right now and what I have left, I think they're going to be a little longer than a shorty sock, but they're not going to be like a knee-high sock for sure. But I ended up with both the skein and the ball. I cast on the same amount of stitches I did for the pink sock I just showed you. Now this is on thicker needles. These are size US 4, I think it is. And I know the yarn is a worsted weight medium yarn. So I only needed, I think 44 stitches around, I believe it is. And I started with 10 originally. No, I guess it would have been actually, sorry, not 10. It would have been 20. So it'll be 10 on each needle. So this one's not as wide, but it fits my foot. But I did start 2 socks. Toe up. Again, ignore the stitch marker. That's just to indicate sock 1, because I'm doing 2 at a time. And this way I know when I go to start back on this sock, I know I've done a complete rotation on both socks, because you do the front of sock 1. This is that magic loop thing. So here's my ends of my needles. You start with sock 1, front. Then you do front sock 2. And then as you see the loop for the cabling. Then you turn, you maneuver your needles around a little. Then you do the back of sock 2. And then the back of sock 1. And you're back again then to the front of sock 1. So that's how it's worked. Now, like I said, the yarn is on the darker side. I don't know how well the camera will pick this up. I'm hoping you guys will be able to see a bit of the pattern that the yarn is doing on its own. I think it's kind of cute striping, yarn pooling type thing. So I'm at the point for the heel for both socks. So that's when I determined, you know what, let's get the pink sock casted on. Let's get it worked up. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll be ready to do the heel in it as well. and I can do all 3 heels at one time. Now, like I said, I don't know how long these will be. I will go till I have no more yarn. Then I won some yarn back in the end of July from Erin over at Crafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. I do have a video of me opening said yarn. Her son Chomps, who's a sweetheart, he picked out my winnings. There was some blue yarn that I got from him, or that he picked out, and I've made a few items. I made a hat and a baby sweater, hooded baby sweater with it, and I still have some left. And then he also picked out some wisdom yarns poems. Now this is 50-gram balls, and these are 100% wool. Okay. Now the color dyeing job, I'm going to try to show them to you together so you can see the difference. If you look at the yellow and the green section, you can tell one has speckles, one does not. I'm hoping that is showing up in the video. I guess it would help if it was in the camera. But as you can see, one has speckles, one does not. Pulling from the center, one starts with a blue and brown speckled, where the center of the other one starts more with just the brown. So the socks are not going to be identical, which, again, I'm okay with. It really doesn't bother me one bit. I'm going to do them the same as I'm doing these dark ones right here. Probably the same stitch count. Now this yarn is a little bit thinner than the burgundy yarn I'm using. So instead of 44 stitches, I may go 48 stitches, possibly even 52 stitches. I'm thinking probably either 44 or 48, so they'll be a little more snug. Because I think the burgundy dark ones are a little loose on my feet, which is okay. But I do plan on putting these socks on as well once I get these other 3 done. So those are my WIPs. Now, like I said, I've never done a recording on YouTube or on StreamYard. I normally record and then upload to my YouTube. I don't know if this is going to work or if I'm just winded for no reason. I'm hoping it will work. I'm hoping I can get it uploaded and stuff. So you guys will either see this video or you'll see another video with done on my tablet. Or I'll be sitting at my kitchen table and you won't see me in it. I don't know yet. So see you guys all. Oh, I got bingo starting very shortly. So come on over, join. We're going to do 10 numbers tonight. If not, then I'll see you when I see you. Tomorrow I will have a video out, but it's just going to be talking about things we're making Thursday and what my plans are. Just because the first isn't until on Friday. Yeah, here I'm thinking today was the last day of the month. I guess tomorrow is. I'm a little ahead of myself, I guess. So, yeah, I'm going to be tomorrow starting my new projects for Erin Crafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. Actually, no, the one video that I'm looking for won't be out until tomorrow, or is that on Friday? I can't remember if it's the last day of the month or the first of the month. If it's the last day of the month, I will be starting a project tomorrow. If not, I'll be starting a new project on Friday, which will be for things we're making Thursday / Creator Spotlight / Judy's Crochet Creations. So keep an eye out for that. Who knows what I might make. And I will see you guys all later. Have a good night, everybody.